Does the gym make you feel anxious? Watch this.
Our next caller, Steve from England.
Steve, what's happening? How can we help you?
Hey up, guys. Just want to say, first of all, I started personal training in January. I started doing my qualifications last May, found your podcast at the same time, and spammed about the first 400 episodes up until I finished my qualification and started, and pretty much changed how I thought I was going to train. All the information I pretty much give my clients is pretty much what I hear on this podcast. So I just want to say thank you, because it's been a massive help, the information, not just about training, but how to pick up clients as well. So thank you for all the information, first of all, that you do for the personal trainers among us that listen to this, because it's really, really great information. But
thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Right on.
Oh, Justin, you're also my favorite, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Take that. Screw you, Steve. Screw you.
You're breaking up now. We can't hear you. Can't hear you.
We'll have Justin answer your question. Let's go, Adam.
Turn the volume up, Doug.
Go ahead.
My main question is regarding one of my clients that I've kind of been struggling with. They suffer a lot with gym anxiety. They come in, we have a great session, but then a couple of days after, because we're only having like one session a week, a couple of days after, I'll get a text message like them saying that they want to quit. I want to give up. And I'll have to try and talk them round, talk them out of it, talk them into coming in again next week. They come in the following week. We have a great session. They absolutely love the session and say, yeah, this is great. This is what I want to do. But then a couple of days later, I'll get pretty much a similar message. And it keeps going on, that sort of cycle. And I never be able to try and really crack down onto why they keep, as soon as they're away from me and I don't really have that one-to-one communication with them, they seem to really then struggle and want to just give up and just quit. And a lot of it is that sort of anxiety. And so my question is, how would you guys, like if you had a client that was like that, what would your response be?
I had a few clients like that.
Yeah, no, I think this is actually pretty common. Yep. Couple things. One, when someone says something like that, one of the worst things that we could do as coaches and trainers is to right away default to the motivation hype thing and challenge how they're feeling, right? Like, no, you stay with it. You're like, and that's the natural thing to want to do. Instead, I'm going to ask more questions. Why do you feel that way? What's going on? And I want to unpack like what is making them feel discouraged, because that's normally why they're giving up. They're discouraged about something, and I need to get to the bottom of what is making them feel discouraged. And then I want to figure out whatever that is, and then encouraging that, hey, listen, it's okay. We're on the right path. We're making the right steps in the right direction. So moving in that direction versus, again, just trying to be the hype. No, you got this. You don't want to just right away, they say they're not motivated and they go right into like, I'm trying to motivate them. Instead, find out why they're feeling this way. What is it? What happened today? What's going on with you? What's happened the last few days? Why do you feel discouraged? And then making them feel normal. Oh, that's totally normal. Most of my clients, when they first start, they feel this, they think this, they notice that. Don't worry. This
you want to validate them.
Yeah, exactly. You want to validate why they feel that way, not try and overcome it and just be like, oh, try to hype them, right? So that's a mistake they make.
What's the reason that they tell you that they're anxious? Have they said that to you?
I think it's just like a multitude of things. So they come in into a gym where there's a lot of people that's been training there for, years. So those sort of people are just coming in, they're jumping on machines. They're not really giving it a second thought. And so they've got that kind of anxiety of what's everybody else thinking about me when I'm doing something. Which is, well, nothing, because they're so focused on what they're doing. Majority of the time, they're not thinking about what you're doing, at all. And so I've tried to really stress that to them. But there's kind of that. There's, I think it's just that lack of self-confidence in themselves however many sessions that we've had, and I've reassured them that on the exercises that are in their program that they've got great form, they're doing really well with them. But it's just that all of a sudden when I'm not there, they're questioning themselves constantly.
Yeah.
And then it's really weird as well, because like the reasonings for quitting is, oh, your clients need your time more than like I do. And it's they need me, and I stress, no, I want to help you. I want to spend my time helping you. But yeah, it's like, oh no, don't bother with me. I'm not worth it, sort of. There's other people that need you.
I got something for you, Steve. I got something for you. I had a client just like that. All right, so a couple things. As a trainer, first off, the you said that you were thanking us for information. You're the one making the difference. That's why we talk to trainers. We could give all the information in the world, but we're not affecting people like you are. That's just hands down. Okay. Number two, the trainer's job is to train a client well, but also provide a good experience for the client. And how do you create a good experience? You want to know what they're looking for, what their struggles are. So I had a client once that there was just the gym was too stimulating, too loud. And so what I did is I always set aside a quiet part of the gym to do our workout, where it was just us, a pair of dumbbells. It was a little darker, a little quieter. So that's part of it. Here's another thing that you could do that's really helpful. Because of the other members in the gym or staff, before they show up, you could go to some of your regulars or staff that and say, hey, Susan's about to come in. She's always very anxious. She feels like people are watching her when she comes in. If you could, when you notice she's doing something right, maybe halfway through the workout, come over and give her a positive comment, because then she's going to feel like, wow, these people kind of know me, and then they'll develop a relationship, and that's what's going to keep them coming to the gym. Lastly, you were talking about just their how they said to you, you need the time to help other people. This might sound counterintuitive, but this is a big one. Ask this client for a favor, or ask this client information that'll benefit you. Now you're going to think, well, how does this help? It's going to make them feel valuable. Right now, it sounds like they feel like they're a burden. Is probably what they're feeling like. So I had clients like this as well. And then when they would come in, one person that I trained was a professor. She felt very insecure, and she would make comments like that. Oh, I must be your worst client, and I'm taking up a lot of your time or whatever. So when they came in, I would ask them questions about their profession, things that I was actually interested in. And then I would say something like, man, I learned a lot from training you. I really enjoy asking you questions. I hope that's okay. And then what it does, it gives the person, makes them feel valuable. Like, oh, I Steve asking me stuff, and I'm giving him stuff in return, not just my money for the session. And then of course, express this. Don't say, I want to help you, because that can strengthen the feeling of being a burden. It's more like this. I really enjoy hanging out with you. I really love being around you and training you. This is fun for me. So it's more like I like doing this for something for me, not I like doing this for something for you. So when someone feels like they're a burden, what they don't want to hear is, oh, I love that you're a burden. What they want to hear is more like, well, how is this benefiting you? Why are you coming to see me, besides the fact that you're, altruistic and you want to help me, which just makes me feel worse. So ask them for favors, ask them questions, comment on how much value they bring you, and that will help them feel more valuable and less like a burden.
I have one more to add to that too, Steve. Are you, I guess somewhere between 15 and 30 clients you're probably managing? Is that how many you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm doing, so not quite that many clients, but I'm between that in sessions through the week.
So even easier than what I'm going to say. This is what's so cool about the era we live in with text message. Sending a message that says, hey, thinking about you right now. Hey, what you doing? What are you up to? Like a small message daily. Like I used to carve out just a block of my time a day, and I would literally just hit them all with a message. And of course, the more personalized you can make it, you know your clients better than anybody. So you know the things they're into, you know the goals, you know the things that they're challenged with. So just doing that shows that you care outside the 1 hour they're paying you for your time. And so that adds a lot of value with a little bit of effort and time on your part. And a lot of times that's just all this person needed was to know that you care and you're paying attention and you're watching, which was like, damn, I can't tell you how many times I caught a client like, man, I was just about to go do this. And because you text me like, I'm out now, I'm going to go
watching me.
Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
makes
go
a huge
I'm
difference.
gonna go do my walk or whatever like that. Or they feel like, oh, you text me and I just made a decision to do this instead of that. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Just thinking about you. So that's such a small little thing that you can do that adds tremendous value to your coaching.
Awesome. Thank you. I do, if it's all right, just have one quick question just about me, just because with time, and I never thought I would struggle with this working in a gym constantly, but like my own workouts. So I'm probably down to a maximum of now about 3 workouts a week that I'm kind of being able to squeeze in, which is fine because I'm hitting full body in all of those 3 workouts. But is there, if you could only hit, like, say you had maybe an hour and a half, 3 times a week, is there would you stick to full body or would you do something else for yourselves?
100%.
Yeah.
Maps anabolic.
Favorite host, what do you have to say about
Yeah,
that?
100% anabolic. I mean, we have it all laid out there for you. I mean, that's pretty much the protocol. It's optimal even, 3 times a week to do full body and then be able to recover in between. So you'd be perfect with that.
Yeah, and if you have other things you want to work on, you can modify. You're a trainer, so you know how to modify the routine if it's more mobility or whatever. And then on your days off, you're probably walking a lot because you're in the gym. I remember how many steps I took when I was training clients. So your activity levels are probably great.
Between that, I am doing, because obviously you guys recommended it right from the start, the trigger sessions. So I do get trigger sessions in between that as often as I can as well.
Fine.
You're doing good, bro.
Yeah, you're great, brother.
Yeah, you're doing
Perfect,
good.
man.
No, that's great. Perfect. Thank you very much, guys.
You got. Hold on, real quick. You're a trainer. Do you have Maps Prime Pro?
Yes.
No.
Oh, Adam, relax. We're sending it to you right now.
He's new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna send it to you
Give him a
right now.
pass.
That'll help you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
You got it, Steve. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank
That was a big one for me. Was I don't remember who told me that, but they said, I asked another client of mine, and I said, God, I have this client that's I get a challenge with because I feel like they're a burden or whatever. They're like, ask them for a favor. I'm like, what? Like, man, it'll make them feel like valuable. And I did, and I started asking, and it was fun for me because I love asking questions. And then this person was so confident coming in because they felt like they offered me something in return. Which is
You
pretty cool.
said that, and it was like I could just piggyback on that. But that's like that's exactly where I was thinking, because I had to learn the hard way of just like that person. I thought that I just needed to keep giving them positive affirmation all the time, positive, and it was just like so draining, as a trainer to just constantly try to pump somebody up that like kind of is doom and gloom and coming in and thinking they're a burden and everything. But really, to be able to acknowledge like their strengths and then like you pull that out of them more and get them actively using that, and helping one of my other clients with it, or like you said, like kind of pulling that information out for me personally. Like I learned to do that as well.
Well, someone that struggles with that, they struggle with value and purpose.
Totally.
And you give that to them. It's a lot like the advice that Arthur Brooks gave you when you gave money to the bum.
100%.
Yep.
It's like, here,
Exactly.
you're giving money to that person. I know it's not politically correct to say bum. Jesus.
To the bum.
Okay. We live in this world, right? What is the fucking struggling
just
person?
homeless.
Yeah.
Hobo.
Struggling homeless person, right? Fucking guy. So that advice to have him pray for you or to do something for you gives that person.
Have you guys done that, by the way?
Yeah.
I've done that.
Know me. I
gave
gave money to this guy who was sitting there. He had a dog with him. So I was like, oh man. And I said, hey, can you do me a favor? I don't remember what it was. My kid's doing this thing. Can you pray for me? And his face lit up. And I was like, oh God, that was great.
Yeah.
That really worked.
The other thing is the text thing, dude. That has been such a
Yeah, of course.
when that become a popular thing where everybody has text message. I was towards the end of my career, that was like a game changer.
Before text, I actually had a trainer. I never did this because it took too much work and I didn't want to do it. But I had a trainer that used to write short notes or postcards. and would send it to random clients. And it was like huge returns in how the client felt.
We taught that in the gym for sales guys. If someone walked and they didn't buy, they'd have a stack and you already had it stamped and ready to go. So you would just write a quick note. And it was such a powerful thing. And so
it goes a long way with people.
Yeah. If you're training, come on, 15 clients or less, especially, I mean, that's takes 15, 20 minutes out of your day.
Not even.
To do that, to send to all of them. And you know, if you literally do that every other day with, you know, half your group, you'd be surprised how far just them knowing that you care outside. They expect you to care in that hour. They pay you.
Yeah.
Right.
The rest is just delivering more than they expect.
Yeah. And so coming over the top like that.